That isn't outside, it's actually inside, so that's actually got a little bit worse. Mrs. Flat Cap's hairdryer was quite a bit of water in the bottom there, so I've just shaken it out a little bit. Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel and a new video. It's spanners time again for the little Corsa. Now, I don't know if you remember, but when I took the Corsa for its MOT a few weeks ago, I noticed there was a bit of condensation in the headlight, so I need to find out what's going on with that today. So, the car has been out of the garage for a couple of days. It has been raining overnight, but that isn't outside, it's actually inside, so that's actually got a little bit worse. So yeah, need to find out what's going on here. So yeah, like I said, we've got quite a big event to go to on Sunday, because it's the Traeger Mills down in Newton Abbot, big car meet down there, so I need to find out what's going on. Alright, so now obviously the bonnet's open, now we can have a quick look behind here. Now, I didn't know, obviously because I had the headlights out recently, but there doesn't seem to be any sort of, there's nothing like, no caps missing or anything like that. Everything's in place. So yeah, a bit of an odd one really. So yeah, I don't know if I've got a failed seal or something, I'm not sure. Same on this side, all the caps seem present, and there's no braking anywhere. Interesting one. Okay, so what I think probably the best thing to do is we're going to take the headlights out. Might as well take both of them out, get them on the table and have a look and see if there's anything obviously that's broken or any holes anywhere or anything like that. Right, so make a start. So as before, two 10mm bulbs either side. Actually no, I don't think they're 10mm, I think they're 8mm, I can't remember. Yeah, they got to be 8mm, so yeah. Right, so I'm going to take these out, I'm going to do the other side as well. I'll pull the headlights out, obviously disconnect all the plugs at the back, and then what I think I'll do is I'll take the headlights inside and yeah, see if we can have a proper inspect of them and see what is actually going on. Alright, so now we've got the headlights out, so I'll just pop them down there for you so you can see. So yeah, obviously all this moisture here is inside the headlight. Now, I could obviously try and separate it and all that sort of business, but I don't particularly want to do that. There's no obvious like damage or nothing anywhere. Obviously a little bit damp on the bottom, but like I said, obviously it has been raining the last couple of days, so have a look around the back. Again, nothing obvious to suggest that. Obviously the rubber's looking pretty good condition. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest with you. Yeah, everything looks okay and there's no obvious like holes in the plastic or anything like that. So I think what I'm going to do is take all the bulbs out, obviously take all the things out. I just noticed actually that little, I don't know if you can see that, there's a little plastic cover here and that has a hole in. Could that be what's causing it? I don't know. Let's have a quick look at the other one. Now that one's fine, so that's not going to be our cause of the problem. So yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll just take all the bulb holders out and everything like that, pop the motor out, and what we'll do is we'll try and get some heat in there and see if we can dry these out. Alright, so that is all the bulbs out, so all the bulbs are just here on the side. Yeah, so behind, obviously where the cap was, there was a little bit of water there, where like the headlight bulb was. So obviously that possibly may be the reason. Obviously I've still got the other one to do yet. Yeah, so this feels damp around here. So, I actually read this on a forum, so what I'm going to do is use Mrs. Flatcap's hairdryer, which sort of looks like a heat gun, I suppose. Yeah, see if we can dry this, see if we can dry the water out, and yeah, we'll refit everything, making sure obviously it's sealed up nice and tight. Okay, so that is the first one, and pretty much as good as I can get it. Now, obviously, already it looks a lot better. Just move the heat gun out of the way a minute. So, obviously, this is the other one, obviously, which we haven't done yet. And this, obviously, is the one we've just finished. So, yeah, all we've done is obviously use the hairdryer to dry it out a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, there's a little bit, a few little watermarks on the inside now, but obviously they're all dried anyway. Yeah, so yeah, a bit of a weird one. Don't really know why this is happening, because there's no obvious holes anywhere or any damage or anything like that, so I can just assume that it was just down to how the cap was fitted. So before I put this one obviously back together, obviously before we start the next one, I'm going to make sure that all this is dry and sealed up properly. Make sure the bulbs are nice and dry as well, so we haven't really got a chance of that coming back. So yeah, so let's get on with that. Alright, so there is the headlight back together, and obviously I've made sure everything's sealed up properly, as it should be. There's no obviously no splits in any caps, and the bulb seals are back in properly, so yeah, let's hope, fingers crossed, that solves it. Right, let's get on with this one. Yeah, just before I continue the time lapse, there was quite a bit of water in the bottom here, so I've just shaken it out a little bit. So hopefully, obviously, that gives us a little bit of a head start. Right, to business. Alright, so that is both the headlights now dried out and put back together, obviously with all the bulbs and the covers and whatnot. Now, there is a little bit, obviously some of this is on the outside, but there is a little bit of, there's a couple of watermarks in there. I'm not too worried about that at the moment, but we will look at that another time. Obviously what we're going to have to do is take the actual lenses off, and obviously give them a polish up inside, but I don't have any sealer obviously for them to go back on at the moment, so I'm going to leave that for now. But they already look a lot better and no more water ingress in them, so yeah, yeah, it took a little bit longer than what I thought, but what I've done obviously, as I've been putting the hairdryer through and obviously trying to get rid of all the I've been shaking them out, so yeah, quite a bit of water has come out of them, but for now they seem to be dry. So obviously we're going to keep an eye on we're going to keep an eye on them, and obviously if it happens again, we may have to look at maybe changing the headlights. But yeah, for now they look a lot better, and there's no condensation in them, so pretty successful really. So what I'm going to do now is going to go put these back on the car, because there is another job actually that I want to do today before I give it a clean and everything else. So yeah, let's go and put them back on, and I'll show you what I'm up to next. Oh, right then, so I've put the headlights back in, and yeah, you can tell obviously from the before and after shots. I'll put a little before and thingy on the screen here so you can see, but yeah, already a lot better. Like I said, there's a few little watermarks in there. Some of this is on the outside actually, so we'll clean them. Obviously when the car gets cleaned, we'll have a proper look at it. So yeah, yeah, everything's back on and working. So yeah, I'd say that was a success. Now another job that I want to get on with today is actually in the boot. So this is the spare wheel, obviously, that is in the Corsa. Now, from looking at it, it's quite old. I'm not sure if this has ever been. It's obviously has been used, but the tyre is quite old because it's quite cracked and things like that. So I am going to need to put a new tyre on this. I was going to use one of the original set, but somebody's actually purchased those from me, and quite quickly, obviously before I discovered that the spare wheel was in this condition. So what I'm going to do is, I've got some paint in the house, so I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Like I said, I'm not going to be using it because I can see obviously that it's quite cracked and things like that. So, but as a absolute dire emergency, obviously I can use it, obviously just for getting home and whatnot. Like I said, the car doesn't go particularly far anyway, so it is just a bare ascent, you know, for emergency use only, obviously, until I get the tyre changed. But what I want to do, I just want to clean the wheel up a little bit. Like I said, I have got some paint in the house, so I'm just going to bung a wire brush on it. I'm not going to worry about priming it or anything like that. I just want it to look a little bit tidier. So yeah, that is my next job to do. Actually, one thing I have just noticed, there appears to be a nail in there, and obviously there's a cross. So yeah, obviously this tyre has obviously probably was on the car originally, which would explain why one of the centre caps was missing. So yeah, that doesn't appear to be any good. Interesting. Right, so I've actually changed my mind looking at it. Yeah, it's not really worth. Like I said, we got a nail here, and the tyre is very, very cracked and very perished. So I think what I'm going to do is just get a replacement, because I think that will probably be best. There's no point in messing around with it, because yeah, it just, yeah, I think that's a bit past it, to be honest. But no matter. Right guys, so we're going to leave it there, I think, for this one. So yeah, headlights are already looking loads and loads and loads better. So yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Like I said, I was going to attack the spare wheel this afternoon, but it's just too far gone to save, unfortunately. So yeah, need to get a new one of those. So, but yeah, no matter. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Remember to give the video a like and drop a comment below, obviously, if you find this useful. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, obviously, to keep up with all the latest stuff that we got going on. So yeah, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time. Ta-da!